Now, let's talk about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is the idea that you're reducing your calorie intake window. Alright, so today is a big work day. I'm in a different spot. I figured I'd be behind the curtain because I'm going out. But today is a big day. We are focusing on a lot of projects when it comes to figuring out how to maximize clients' capacity for success. And so working on this all today, getting stuff done. I need to have time. Like, I'm not a very good worker when it comes to being around a lot of people, so I need to be able to dissect my time. Getting out of the house helps a lot, so I'm going to do this for long. Work done, and the only problem is that my laptop's gonna die, my phone's gonna die. I should have planned better. It typically happens in my life, but now I'm gonna ride home on my bird. I'll see you guys there. Lunchtime, so I have about 3 ounces of beef, egg whites, half bagel, 2 servings of cream of wheat, and of course a little bit of cereal in there for flavor. Guys, I'm super excited because I was down 5 pounds or 6 pounds today from my starting weight. So started at about 226 and down at 220 now. Ideally, I'd like to get to 200, so I still have a long ways to go, and I doubt that I'll get there in the 8 weeks just because I'm not really trying to stretch it that hard. I'm not competing, so it really doesn't matter. But targeting 210 first, and then trying to get a little bit leaner. But I'm feeling better, and I'm starting to like really enjoy the diet. I've been doing some different things like intermittent fasting, which I'll go over, but I've been fasting throughout the day, feeling much better, and it's making me feel a lot more aligned because I can focus on getting more work done in the day. But now, eating this, and then a little bit more work time. Now, let's talk about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is the idea that you're reducing your calorie intake window. So usually most people eat anywhere between 16 to 18 hours a day because if they're getting 8 hours of sleep, they're usually eating when they wake up, and so on. And so the idea behind intermittent fasting is you take that window of your nutrition and you collapse it down to 8 to 12 hours. And for me, this has been something that I've shifted to because when I wake up at the first thing in the morning, I'm very productive from 8 till 11, 8 to 12. And I do my morning routine. I start with the execution of either calls or check-ins or even just executing on regular business practices, and it's a lot easier for me to not break up my morning. So as long as I'm staying standard and I don't have anything that gets in the way, I'm much more effective. And so if you are insulin sensitive, doing intermittent fasting might help you lose weight at a better pace because it will increase your insulin sensitivity in the morning. And if you can actually maintain that fast, meaning like maybe in the morning you eat more carbs or you eat more protein and fats, that will help reduce your body's insulin response, which can help you actually lose weight. But overall, I think it's more of just a lifestyle change, and it's nothing that you have to do. It's something that's really gonna help you lose weight overall. It all comes down to the calorie intake, but if you're someone who struggles with hunger or binging or anything like that, reducing your window of eating can also help you too, because they'll make it so you can actually eat more food throughout the day. You don't have to be as neurotic about macros. But that's just my 2 cents. That's what I've been doing, and it's been helping so far. And I think for the most part, Lindsey's been doing that too, and it's helped her out too. So it's more of a mindset thing than anything. But nonetheless, I'm gonna eat oatmeal and peanut butter and protein and 1 whole egg, and we're going to hit the gym. One of those days where you want to nap and you almost nap and you kind of nap, but you don't quite nap. The pre-gym nap will either make or break you. Like, it will either make or break you, and hopefully today it does not break me. Today, shoulders, I'm excited, feeling pretty good. Most of my pain has gone away, and that's just not the pain in my heart. But overall, just feeling better. Shoulders are feeling better. My chest feels much better. Biceps on the mend. So hopefully we can have another great lift. Right now for my cut, I've been doing about 27 minutes of cardio. I usually do this stepper because it's easy for me to send text messages, check on my clients, all that stuff while I'm doing it. And I'll do about this at a level 10 to 12. Once I start getting a good sweat on it, I might bring it to like 14. But this one helps my heart rate get up. It's a nice little warm up. And I'm not really trying to aggressively cut that much. So keeping cardio fairly low and just focusing on diet and everything else has worked really well for me. The first thing I do before I hit shoulders is I foam roll them. So for me, I've had a lot of shoulder, chest, and bicep pain, and I make sure now that I stretch, do some mobility work beforehand. And that way I don't have to deal with the pain during it. Ultimately can work long term on fixing my shoulders, and they've gotten much better. I feel a lot better. It's not having any issues training. I was able to bench this week for the first time, and that was incredible. So things are coming back, but it takes work like this to actually make a difference. Now, the thing is that you want to even it out, so I always try to get a pump first and try to actually warm up my shoulders adequately. A lot of times people will come here and just do this, and that doesn't really do that much, especially side to side. This ends up recruiting more of your biceps than anything else. So if you are trying to warm up your shoulder, yeah, get a pump, do some side raises, or anything, stretch out, get some bands, focus on flexion in the back half, focus on mobility upward before you start actually executing your lifts, and that is gonna be the key to saving your shoulder. So right now, I'm gonna get a small pump with these, and then I'm gonna move into the lift. Let's lift. Now today's shoulder day was better than most of the ones I've been having recently. I was able to overhead press, haven't done that in a while. I was able to dumbbell press, haven't done that in forever. It's mostly my bicep now, but my shoulders feel, I would say an honest number is a solid 3 times better. It's not 10, a lot of people say 10 times. Solid 3 times better than they did last week. So feeling the improvement, getting better mobility, which feels great. I was actually able to do an overhead squat today, which I've never been able to do before. And that was just me loosening up beforehand. But now I feel great, and then just the thing, like, I'm not training the same intensity as I'm used to. I'm not as strong as I'm used to because of these injuries. I'm still working my way back. But I want it to be a template for you guys and a note for you guys that if you can do something, do it. Like, just do a little bit, just do a little bit. These workouts are about 1.5 hours long, in and out. That's what it takes. So don't think you have to do everything. Don't think you have to be perfect. Don't think that you have to compete against anyone. Just go into the gym and get a great workout, because that's all it is. That's all it is. It's just about getting a great workout. And if you can get a great workout in, that trumps everything else. Because this is the foundation. fitness is the foundation that you lay everything else on. This isn't the only thing. It's not just about being in the gym. It's not just about building a body. It's about everything else you build while you're on that journey. So great workout today. My encouragement to you guys is to do the best you can, get it done, and keep moving forward. Now, I keep moving forward with my day. So it's the next day, and I wanted to end the vlog like this. So today I was having a call with a client, and this is someone I've really built a tremendous relationship with. I've been working with them for a while, and the thing that I asked them is, what is your fear that's holding you back from having what you want? And a lot of times when I work with people, or even when I'm adjusting my own life to the things that I'm trying to accomplish, it's really easy to say, well, I'm afraid of failure, I'm afraid of not succeeding, I don't want X, Y, and Z to happen because I'll be considered a failure by everyone else. But the truth is that usually those are masking some other reason. And a lot of times when it comes to achieving our transformation, we don't put ourselves in the best position to succeed because we fear what's going to happen afterwards. We fear what's going to happen in our life, our relationship. We fear who we're going to have to become to get what we want. And those are the things that hold us back. And so the thing that you have to do is, if you're in that position and you're fearing that transformation, if you're afraid of what happens after your transformation, you have to sit down and dissect, what is it that I actually want? What are the things I'm seeking? What is it that I want to do in my time to produce that end result? And why is that significant? If you don't have that answer, you will always fall into the trap of thinking that you can't transform yourself. You'll never be fulfilled. You will always be afraid of failure. And those are the things that are going to hold you back. And the truth is, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to hold you back, but you have to have these answers first. And so for me, I always go inside. I always focus, like, why am I actually doing this? And that's the question I want you to ask yourself today too. So this is Brian Pickowicz with BMP Radio, BP Fitness. I'm trying to lump them all together now. Start checking out the podcast. The podcast is going really well. I had Jordan Graham on there last week, to the Fit Boss, talking about how he lost 200 pounds. It's an excellent episode. Solid plug. But make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and then above all else, let's keep being a light to inspire others to believe in more. I'll see you guys.